This week we find our boat and meet the team at Sailing Atlantic Services who will complete her commissioning. As Richard continues his ongoing battle with French customs, we hire a car and tour some of northern Spain. For all the Game of Thrones fans out there, hang around until the end as we explore the streets of Girona, aka Bravos. Welcome aboard. I'm Jude and this is Richard. We are an Aussie and a Kiwi who have chosen a different path in our lives, leaving our work, adult family and friends behind to explore the world under sail. We hope to share with you our adventures, the people we meet and the places we visit, and invite you into our world of living aboard a sailboat. If you enjoy our episode, don't forget to like and subscribe.
So we're just walking along here and we knew the boat was on the hard somewhere, and I think we found it. So Sailing Atlantic Services are commissioning our boat. They've got two places that they do their commissioning, one up on the west coast of France and then one in the Mediterranean here at Cannes. They commission a lot of boats and we're just coming into summer, so it's a very busy time of year. So we've stressed them out a little bit because they've been waiting on our electronics and that's something that they can't really control, so it's sort of interrupted their schedule quite a bit. So I've spoken a bit about commissioning and it's just struck me that maybe some of you guys don't know what we mean by commissioning. That when a new boat comes from a factory, it's not really just a plonk in the water and sail off. It's really prepared for transportation. Our boat is being built up or close to the west coast of France and had to be trucked down to the south of France here. To do that, they don't put on things like the bowsprit and the lifelines and what we call the push pits and pull pits, which are the stainless steel railings around the bow and the stern. They put those on when they arrive because what they do is they put it in a complete plastic wrap so that it doesn't get dirty when it's transported. And then when it arrives, they paint the bottom of the boat with anti-fouling, which is used to stop the growth of seaweed on the bottom of the boat, which obviously would slow you down. They'll also fit the instruments if you need instruments put on the boat. So when I'm talking about instruments, you can get them fitted at the factory, or some people like us chose a different brand of instruments that we wanted on the boat. So those would get fitted during commissioning. One of the big items to fit during commissioning is the speed and depth and temperature transducer that's actually in the bottom of the boat. So they have to drill a hole through the bottom of the boat to put that transducer in. The other things which is really quite important is that they need to build the mast, and they build the mast here, like they get all the components from Girona, but you know, the mast is not shipped with all of its stays and spreaders on that make it bigger and more awkward. So it's shipped as a mast section. They need to put the stays on, they need to put the spreaders on, they also need to put instruments on the mast and lighting. Our original ambitious plan was to have the boat yesterday, Monday, and go sailing today, Tuesday, which we wouldn't have done anyway because it's like blowing dogs off leashes. And but of course we haven't got the boat because we haven't got our instruments, which are still tied up in Marseille waiting to get customs clearance. Which we don't even know when that's going to happen. So we are at least 3 weeks away from having the boat right at this stage.
Yep, we got a glimpse of the boat this morning through a fence. We think it's our boat.
We think it's ours, yes.
Haven't been up close yet.
We laid claim on another boat that was tied up by the wharf, but then they told us ours was still on the hard, so we think we found it this morning. But to occupy our time, we're going to go for a little tour of Spain.
So this morning we picked up a car, a little Fiat, and Richard's very bravely driving on the wrong side of the road. They call it the right side of the road.
Yes. So we're just in Perpignan?
Yep.
Perpignan.
It's beautiful.
Perpignan. It is
Absolutely
gorgeous.
beautiful town. Medieval castle, cathedral. Lovely French fashion.
Yeah. So we've got the car a couple of days beforehand. We've got to drop some sails and some of our gear back at Sailing Atlantic Services, where the boat's getting commissioned, and then we'll head off from there.
Yep. So really just a break, I think, for us, because we've been so busy working out everything we need for the boat and planning for the boat, but now we're just stuck. There's nothing we can do until customs clears our things.
Yeah.
And when they get cleared, we get them to Sailing Atlantic Services and they'll finish commissioning the boat.
Yeah. So in January we sent off 2 crates of
Personal items.
Really, 1 crate is all of our instrumentation for the boat, but it all got sent as personal effects. So now we're trying to clear it as personal effects. So that's sort of where the problem lies at the moment. So we're going to persist with that course probably for another day, and then we'll look at seeing whether we can get it shipped to a boat in transit, which is a way of getting it through customs, because effectively we're putting it onto an Australian vessel and taking it out of the EU again.
So the issue at the moment is that customs are requiring us to show evidence of residing in France. So they want to see rent, receipt, energy bill, that kind of thing, which we obviously don't have. We're staying in Airbnbs. And even when we are living on the boat, we're still not going to have those things. So they're saying until we can prove that we are living in France, they will not release the items as personal effects.
Yeah.
We're saying, well, we will never be able to do that because we're going to live on a boat. We don't have rent. We don't have electricity bills. Catch-22.
Yes. So, worst comes to worst, it'll get imported as probably used clothing and electronic equipment
utensils
and
plates
whatever.
Shoes and
and
towels and linen.
We'll have to pay duty and VAT on it to get it in, but it'll be what it is.
Yeah.
So we've just arrived in Spain.
We're in a town called, we don't know how to say it actually, Figueres, I think.
Figueres. It's a beautiful little spot.
We just had a little visit to the local Vodafone store. We found a lovely man who spoke English. Because our French phones weren't working, our SIMs weren't working and giving us data, and we just had to go back to the old-fashioned method of using street signs to get off the highway once we entered the border. Just went over the Spanish border, found it into Figueres, and we've got our phones sorted. So now we're off and away again.
Yes, and even got free parking for the car in the centre of town, which was good.
To be fair, it's only half a car.
Yes. Yeah. Just about park it sideways.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to have a bit of a wander about.
Dogs. Hello. That's not the place. Look at this big fella. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Over here.
Is that where the dogs that I
Super. So this you will get lost after a while. But you remember this is the exit.
Okay.
And here is the stairway. The floor.
Yep.
We have here the kitchen. Okay, we'll make place because there is another guest. So this is the place where usually the people eat here because yes, you have all the view.
Yeah.
And the sun is going from here to here.
Okay.
We can go up after. You see the walls here.
Oh wow.
This is 600 years. And still
600 years old. Must have been.
this is the room.
Okay.
And the bathroom is here. I show you the tower so you don't get shy.
Yes. Why was the tower built?
Because at this moment, somebody explained to me, a historian man, he said at this century, in the 15th century, Catalonia has bandoleros.
Right.
Bandoleros is like 200 people, but not army like King said. Bandoleros, you understand bandolero?
Like
Bandits.
like gorilla?
Bandits. So it was not 3 bandits, it was 200 bandits.
Yeah.
So they have to, from up, they can see them coming.
Okay.
Right.
They close here, they make fire to call the army in Girona.
Wow.
It's a lovely place to stay, and if the night is nice, also
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, sweetie, look at the baby. Hello. Hello. Hey. Oh, it's a tiny baby. What's for dinner?
Ooh. What were those? The
I think the cannellini.
cannellini.
I think chicken.
Chicken
Spanish isn't too
cannellini.
We'll see what we get.
Yeah, I think the only thing we're good at ordering in Spanish is McDonald's.
2 of anything.
Yeah.
Are people saying merci to you? Do people think you're French?
Yeah.
I'm getting that lots.
Yeah. Yeah.
We clearly look like visitors.
Got that this afternoon in the supermarket.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Quando la persona che viene in Cina,